So thank you, Bernhard, for giving me this opportunity. What I want to share with you is a very simple exercise that I developed that is being used around the world, and it's called the 3 most important questions. Now, the premise of the exercise is this. There's something fundamentally wrong with goal setting as we learn it in the Western world. And here's the reason why. Earlier, I spoke about this idea called the culturescape. In my book, I refer to the culturescape as this grand web of beliefs about how the world functions. Now, when we set goals, though, we're often setting goals not based on what our heart truly desires, but on how we've been trained to believe the world functions. For example, a young child may set a goal that he wants to graduate from high school because he knows that's what's going to make his parents proud, and then set a goal to get good grades so he can apply to get to a good college. Set a goal to get good grades so he can apply to a good graduate school. Maybe then apply for, if you're in America, for an LSAT exam so that you can be qualified to go and study law. Get good grades as a lawyer so you can join a law firm. In the law firm, work crazy 100-hour weeks so you can be a partner so that someday you can say, I made it. Now look at those goals. It's graduation, grades, get into a law firm, pass your LSAT, become partner. But if you look at the world today, and I'm speaking just from the American perspective, 50% of lawyers are clinically diagnosed as depressed. So how are we creating a world where these people are chasing these things, getting to a goal, chasing this their entire lives, only to end up in a career that makes them depressed? It's because the goal-setting formula is wrong. You're not setting goals that come from your heart. You're setting goals that come from the culturescape, from all of these things that your parents, your teachers, your media, your preachers, television tells you you should do. So how do we cut through all of those bullshit rules and go straight to what is truly going to make us happy? So the 3 most important questions is based on this idea. You must understand the difference between a means goal and an end goal. If your goal ends with, I want to do this so I can have that, that's a means goal. But end goals are very different. Let's look at the comparison, right? A means goal is, I want to buy that Mercedes-Benz. Why do you want to buy that Mercedes-Benz? Well, I want that Mercedes-Benz so I can feel special. That's a means goal. But an end goal is completely different in terms of the feeling. An end goal is, I want to have the experience of being able to raise a child because it gives me so much joy. I want to wake up next to the man or woman I love. I want to travel the world with my camera and take photography just because I love photography. I want to be able to someday speak on stage and inspire an audience because I want to be able to serve them. Those are end goals. Now, how do you differentiate between means goals and end goals? Well, you want to keep this in mind. End goals fall into 3 different buckets. Okay, so what I have people do when we do this exercise is, you take a piece of paper and you divide it into 3 columns. The first bucket is called experiences. I put a big E there, experiences. Now, when I'm doing this in a corporate setting, I set a timer for 3 minutes and I have people then write down the experiences that they want to experience in their life before they die. Now, experiences are one of the core things that we crave as human beings, and all our end goals fall into 3 buckets. The first is experiences, the second is growth, the third is contribution. In a moment, I'll tell you how they all connect. But so what you want to do is set a timer. If you want to do this really fast, usually 80% of the core experiences that you want in life, you're going to come up with in those 3 minutes. You want to spend more time thinking it through? Sit down in the cafe, give yourself an hour, right? But experiences that you want typically are things that give you the feelings that you crave in life. They go straight to the heart of happiness. Raising a family, being married to an incredible spouse, having a beautiful home where when you wake up every morning, you feel so grateful to be alive, traveling around the world, the experience of starting a business and going through the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur, the experience of writing a book because you love expressing yourself, the experience of creating a work of art. All of these are experiences. Make a list. On your experience list, you might see things such as hike the Himalayas, travel to 50 countries before I die. These are experiences. Now, the problem is, most people confuse means goals, and end goals. So their goals, most people are focused on title, money, position, career progression. But if you think about it, all of these things have a so attached to them. I want that title, so there's always something that you want to get from it. I want money, so what is that money going to give you? Go straight for the experiences. Now, the second question that you want to ask yourself is, to have these experiences, how do I have to grow? Look, if you want the experience of being able to have a beautiful luxury home in the Swiss Alps, you're going to have to grow yourself to be able to afford that. So your next question now is growth. But here, you want to make sure that you put down opportunities for growth where the journey of growth itself is going to keep you happy, right? So don't say, I need to learn engineering if you have no passion for it. We can make money no matter what we do when we are following our passion. When we are following our passion, when we are happy and joyful doing what we do, it's like the universe has our back and we unleash our superpowers. So write down the ways you want to grow, but keep in mind that growth is a goal in itself. Your goals for growth might be learn a new language, start a business so you can learn entrepreneurship. It might be to learn a particular form of programming because you are excited about creating some code in that language. It could be learning to cook. It could be learning to fly a plane. It could be anything that you want to learn for the sake of learning itself. Do not let money be a question. Do not think, I need to learn that so I can earn this much money so I can buy that house. Never think like that, because you go back to that common trap that so many people fall in, where they end up spending years of their life learning something they hate, so that because they think it's going to lead them to a job. I studied computer engineering for 5 years. I hated it because I wanted a good job. I got that job. I ended up being a programmer at Microsoft in 1998, when Microsoft was the company to work for. And you know what? In 11 weeks, I quit because I was miserable. But I spent 5 years learning something I had no passion for to get a job that I wanted to get because my society said I needed to be in engineering, only to find it was so miserable for me, I had to question my career and my life. So that second list is growth. That's the G. Now the third one is contribution. So here's something very interesting, right? I believe that we are souls having a human experience. And these souls crave experiences. They crave growth. But because we are all souls having a human experience, these souls also crave the desire to support each other. And as the Dalai Lama said, if you want to be happy, make someone happy. In this third column, what you're going to write down are how do you want to contribute to the world. You're going to ask yourself, look, if I'm the man or woman who has all of these experiences, who has grown in all of these levels, how can I now give back to the world? This is where you make your list for contribution. Your contribution can come from your career. It can be from a business you launch. It can be from something you create. It can be from volunteering your time. It can be from service. It could be from being the best mom or dad and raising these incredible kids. Make a list of how you want to contribute to the world. When you ask yourself these three questions, what experiences do I want in life? How do I want to grow? How do I want to contribute? You unshackle yourself from the bullshit rules that society says you need to follow, and you go straight to goals that truly, truly, truly connect to your heart. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise.